Well, things are moving so fast, I've had to rewrite this script a number of times. But despite all the fast-moving rumours and spec releases, I still feel you've been here before. Let's look into that. Hi, I'm Tom and welcome to Rumour Has It. The M6 is dead. The R7 will be released soon. The R10 is coming. It looks like Canon have opened the floodgates. Let's break it down. Canon have struggled to decide the future of their mirrorless apsc range. It's no wonder they've been agonising over this. The M50 is one of the biggest sellers, and the M6 has found many followers, given its light body coupled with uncropped 4K and fast frames per second. It even proved to be popular for wildlife shooters, as well as for other fast action subjects, as did the 90D, which was similar in spec. And the reason for this was there was no R7. So Canon users were looking around for the next best thing, without the expenditure of the R5 or the R6. But the R7, as I've pointed out before, has an advantage over the R5 and the R6, and that's pixels on subject. The R5 in crop mode is only 18 megapixels, and the R6 is only 20 megapixels. That explains the need for a 32 megapixel crop frame sensor. Now, we've been expecting this since my video last year, and it's still relevant today. A combination of factors has delayed things, but not changed the rumours much. The pandemic, the new Chinese lockdown, and internal division as to the future of the M system. After all, the M50 is a big fish to kill. My thoughts have always been that the M6 Mark II would be killed off to make way for the R7, and I expect the 90D to be discontinued soon to make way for the R10. The M6 was an underrated camera. All Canon need to do is fit a Digix processor optimised for the smaller sensor, and with access to better RF or maybe RFS glass, you'd have a dream R7 camera that most users would hope for. Forget the minutiae of specs that many YouTubers agonise over. Effective reach, pixels on the subject and fast frame rates are what most fast action photographers want. Put that in a hand-sized camera, not too heavy, and equip it with light long lenses, and Canon will have a winner. Canon's heart has never been in the M system for some time, and with no upgrade path it's a dead end for most users, and no way to transition M lenses to the R system, meaning a fresh start would be needed for those users, and that risks customers moving away to another system. Canon needed to act to prevent that from happening, and we're about to see the outcome of those actions. It is another nail in the EOS M coffin, and more than just a glimmer of light for the highly anticipated R body with APS-C sensors. It certainly looks like it's happening this time. The strange thing is, we haven't seen any RF lenses designed specifically for the APS-C sensor. Though I pointed out before, the 24-240 would work on an APS-C with similar AI lens corrections that already allow it to work on a full frame body. And quite likely the RF 18-45 would also be usable this way. Sure, these lenses are not specifically designed for APS-C, but APS-C users have never shied away from using full-frame lenses whenever possible. And lenses like the 24-240 would be a perfect kit lens for the R7, not forgetting about those RF 600 and 800 f11 lenses. With the low light capability of modern sensors coupled with AI processing, these lenses are way more capable than people first thought. It may well be that Canon are happy to rely on in-camera AI lens corrections to optimise RF glass for an APS-C sensor. It could be there will be no specific RFS glass, only AI corrections. That although announcements are imminent, I don't expect to see the R7 till this October, and the R10 early next year. Why early next year? Well, it's the 20th anniversary of the 10D next year in 2023. The 10D was released in 2003, and I think Canon might see that as an auspicious reason to launch the new double-digit series. And now we'll cover some channel chat. I'm back on camera news for this video. With the astro season coming to an end, at 55 degrees north we hardly get any dark skies this time of year. So I'm back with the bigger stories in the camera world, and maybe a wildlife walkabout soon. Though astro content will continue to appear on the channel, with a Q&A about the last video already in planning, and some summer upgrade jobs for my gear. I'm also going to do a product review of that power box I used in the last video, as a few people have inquired about that. The latest videos about astronomy have had a mixed reception, though overall quite positive. Engagement is high, and a number of new subscribers are more than offset the people who've unsubscribed. So encouraged by that, there'll definitely be more astro content. Interestingly, quite a few astronomers I know are also into wildlife photography, so hopefully this mixture of content continues to keep you interested. Going forward, you can expect a mix of wildlife photography, astronomy related content, and the bigger camera news stories. It's content I enjoy making, and it motivates me to continue. I'm not the sort that does this to chase the YouTube algorithm. There's little enjoyment in doing that. And as an old work colleague used to say to me, if it's fun, it gets done. I think that's my new channel motto. Now why not try this video next, which YouTube thinks will interest you, or perhaps this one might suit you better. And thanks for watching, Rumour Has It. I hope you'll be back soon.